The Steering Committee on Human Rights is one of the oldest steering committees in the Council of Europe. It has now an age of about 40 years. We have the 100th meeting of the Bureau of the committee coming up in November, and the 90th meeting of the plenary of the committee coming up next year. The committee is dealing with all kinds of human rights in Europe and trying to bring them home to a practical level. We are not only concerned with the European Convention on Human Rights. All the protocols have been basically developed within the steering committee. There are now 16 protocols to the European Convention. We are also trying to explain the rights of the Convention to the general public by developing handbooks, guides to good practice, for example, a toolkit for public officials on the state's obligations under the Convention. These are all measures to bring the Convention home. And it is also a forum for intergovernmental cooperation on all current affairs of human rights in Europe, whether it is civil society, whether it is social rights, whether it is environmental rights, for example. All those have played a role in the deliberations of the committee. We develop recommendations for the Committee of Ministers. Sometimes they go further and have an impact on United Nations deliberations and of course on national legislation. The important thing about the committee is that developments in the Council of Europe member states are shared with each other, that we all know what has been tried in other member states to improve the situation on human rights, that we can follow up on those attempts at home, and this cooperation has so far been excellent. There's a very good spirit of cooperation between all the member states and the experts, and I believe the value that this intergovernmental cooperation has for the standing of human rights in national administrations is, even if it's not always recognized, it's invaluable.